Next morning, we in the game. Bulls all around us. Nothing happening. Wind's kicking up though. You know, you gotta stand. We got probably 50-mile-an-hour gusts coming through. Wind's blowing like crazy. Our calls ain't really working. The elk are hearing it, but it ain't registering like they should. It ain't firing them up, you know. So that morning went by. We seen good numbers. We seen bulls left and right. We seen, I think that morning I seen 7 or 8 different bulls. 4 or 5 of them were some great shooters, you know, especially with archery. I mean, I ain't picky. A lot of public land bulls we in the area. Don't get me wrong, we leaving Louisiana Purchase Ranch and we hunting public land behind it that attaches to it because, hey, where the bulls at, that's where we're going, you know. And
we spotted some bulls. We was walking the edge of the BLM land, and sure enough, the guy had spotted, 4 bulls on a hillside. And he said, hey, let's get ready. And so he made a few cow calls. And he said, when they come, they're gonna come around this ridge and that red rock on that point and walk this fence line. He started calling. I got set up, and I was using, it's my first time to bow hunt, using a crossbow. And so I got set up where I was comfortable. I laid down kind of under the edge of a bush, and I laid my pack down, laid the bow across it, just trying to remember what he told me, just trying to keep everything, calm, keep my wits about me and range a few things where I know how close it'll be when the time comes. He come in just like he said they would, and he got behind me and had a decoy up, and he was still calling. And whenever the elk got in front of me, 15 yards, as close as I've ever been to one, and I drilled him with that G5 broadhead, right where they told me to shoot, double lunged him. He stood there a second, turned, got a little wobbly, and just fell over. Seeing that bull down and getting to grab his antlers, it meant the world to me.
So the third day, again, in the morning I run camera for Jay. In the afternoon, he runs camera for me. This particular afternoon, I told him, tear out, y'all need to go find some bulls. We're cutting into our time a little bit, and I don't want to cut into his hunt. And we can get this buck filmed one way or the other. So I told Jay, take his hunt, go try to get that afternoon and see if you can't find some bulls for the morning. Meantime, me and Eli and Michael are riding around looking for mule deer. And so we're riding around trying to find a mule deer that would be a good suitable candidate for something I'm looking for. We see a lot of mule deer, a lot of does, a lot of bucks. They're in velvet right now, which is really cool. And one of the things I'd like to have a mule deer buck that's full velvet. And honestly, I like mule deer meat as much or more than I do whitetail. So we're riding down the road. We're gonna head out to this field where we're gonna do some glassing. And sure enough, Eli spots a rattlesnake dead on the side of the road. So we pull over, we take a look at it, we notice it is dead. And we start to leave. I said, let's get this rattlesnake. At camp, they literally just found a rattlesnake right by the door. I mean, there was one right by the door. So everybody's on high alert that there is snakes in the area, and we need to watch when we're walking back and forth at night because they're here. The rattlesnakes are in the area. So I found this a perfect opportunity to take this snake and put it right where they found the first one. Just rolled it up also nice and neat and just have it aimed at the door. So when J. Paul comes walking out, surprise!
Watch out, one snake right there. Watch bro.
What? What? What is it? What are y'all laughing about?
I was scared for you.
What?
I went up like, man, what you?
Looking out for me, wasn't you?
Yeah, I thought my buddy about to get bit by a rattlesnake, man.
Well,
I wasn't worried about me, I'm inside.
Yeah, that's why you shut the door. That's why you shut the door and came in. Because he wasn't worried about himself.
Well, let me tell you. Oh,
here it is.
Clothes off.
There it is.
Oh, it was great.
It's glorious.
It was good.
They tried to get me. They got me anyway.
That looks like a real live rattlesnake.
It is a real snake. Y'all killed that thing, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead. Sure, he's tied by his head to a string. You better
Get him out there. I wish we had a string right now. Could pull him up towards the door.
Give him a heart attack.
Dude, I might die, bro. Hey, look. 2 things I don't like: a snake and spiders. That was a snake. And rattlesnake, I don't do it. They got me. They got me. Look, they one of their fake snakes they got, and they got me. Dude. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Look, it's all making the camp. At the end of the day, the joke was on them. Because guess what? He wasn't coming back in that house. But hey, we're having a blast. Louisiana Purchase Ranch. Food's great. Time's great. Look, you can't even ask for nothing better. Look at this. This is God's creations right here. Actually having a good time, making good memories. Like we say, we got back 40, living life together. Bringing y'all dark 30 and a good time. Hope y'all are excited and ready because we got more stuff coming.